Hey guys, it's James from Xbox Racing Pro, and today we're going to take a look at the CSL Elite Bundle from Fanatec for the Xbox One. That is the Elite wheelbase, the P1 rim, and the 3-pedal set with the load cell brake. We're going to open it all up and take a look and see what we've got in the package. Okay, first we're going to start with the CSL Elite wheelbase. Alright, so this is what was inside the box. We got some power stuff over here. We've got the table clamp, this little plastic rubber ring thing, and the user manual, and of course the wheelbase itself. So for the power stuff, they sent me 2 different power cords, I guess for 2 different countries. This is a pre-production model. I don't know that you'll get all this in the real production model, but these are for European countries. I had to pick up an Amazon adapter just to do this review, so I can get this thing powered up in the United States. There's a USB cord here, and then a very big, heavy power brick that I guess will run the wheelbase. As far as the wheelbase itself goes, let's take a look. I think it's got a pretty cool looking front. It's kind of got this like camouflage metallic look to it. Around the back you can actually see like there's like this is like a fan or cooling here, and it looks like there's some cutouts on the side here, maybe just for air to flow through to keep it cool while it's producing the force feedback. So couple things about the wheelbase. So this up here is a rev light, and this should work with RPMs in the game. Also should help you when you're doing your settings, like testing your pedals and stuff. You'll be able to see the rev light go up and down. The wheelbase itself has a brushless servo motor, and why it's important that it's brushless is because brushless engines are way more efficient than brushed engines. And there's a lot of different types of wheelbases available for the Xbox, some brushless and some brushed, and the brushless engines perform much better than the brushed motors. So this is brushless. Up here we have a really nicely machined metal, this is release system. This is so you can put on different Fanatec wheels. So it's built for a quick release. There's a single belt drive inside to drive the force feedback, and that's single belt, or any belt drive is going to be way better than the helical gearing that you might get in like the Logitech G920. There is a mode button on the front. This is the switch between Xbox mode and PC mode. It automatically comes in Xbox mode when you first plug it into your console, so you don't probably, if you're racing on an Xbox, you may never need to touch it. This is one of the only wheelbases for Xbox that comes 1080 degrees of rotation, and it dials all the way down to 90. So this is a really high range. So for those of you who like drifting, you're going to probably want to crank that thing up a little bit and check it out. And then on the back, you've got some really cool options that I haven't seen before on an Xbox wheelbase. You can hook up 2 shifters. So you've got shifter 1, shifter 2, pedals, handbrake, the USB, and then the power. Now I know not all the games work with the handbrake, but I know some folks were saying Dirt Rally might work with the handbrake. I know Forza 6 does not, but that's still cool that the option is there. And if you were racing on PC, I know handbrake definitely would work. So that's basically the wheelbase. It's in a plastic casing that's really nice. It's really just kind of a nice presentation, and the front of this looks really purposefully done and manufactured. It's not just some hunk of plastic. I think it looks really nice. It's got some good weight to it, and just, I mean, it feels like it's worth the $300 they asked for it. All right, next up we got the CSL steering wheel P1 for Xbox One. Let's get it out of the box. So here it is. This is the P1 rim from Fanatec for the Xbox One that comes with the CSL Elite bundle. So to drive on the Xbox, you need an Xbox wheel that has the Xbox functionality. So not all of the Fanatec wheel rims are going to work on the Xbox. They'll all work with the CSL Elite wheelbase, but not on the Xbox. So it's important that you get an Xbox rim. So here it is. This is the P1 rim that comes with it. It came with a quick guide. It came in this nice dust cover bag, and then it came with an Allen key and a screw, which is part of the quick release. This is so we can attach it to the wheelbase, which we'll do in a moment. But let's go through this wheel and kind of talk about what it is and how it feels and kind of what you get here. So this is the part that's going to attach to the back of to the front of the wheelbase, and then we're going to screw it in. It looks like we've got this kind of weird wristwatch kind of connection here. The paddle shifters, I like them. I wish they would engage a little bit more. I kind of like a click. Not everybody likes a click, but I kind of want more of a, I don't know, the feeling of engagement there. The actual wheel rim itself, it's probably, this looks like a 30 centimeter rim. So this is probably about the size of the Thrustmaster 599XX Evo rim, and slightly bigger than the rim that comes with the TX Ferrari Italia edition. So it's not the biggest rim, but it's pretty good. I mean, it feels pretty good. I feel like the paddle shifters are a reasonable distance from my fingers. They're easy to reach, easy to you know, I think this is going to be easy to race with. The button layout, so you've got your Xbox Xbox buttons over here in the traditional Xbox layout like you'd have on your controller pad, and then it looks like your left and your right bumper buttons are kind of two weird locations. Here's your D-pad. This thing moves around pretty easily. It's not a traditional D-pad though. It's more like a stick that you have here. And then you've got your menu and settings button. Yeah, I'm interested to see how all this works out. My concern once I start racing is I like buttons that are reachable with my thumbs, because on Xbox, right, we don't have a handbrake, and often we have to use our thumb to reach over to hit a handbrake. So I'm thinking that it's going to kind of be a little weird not having. I guess if the B is the handbrake, then that's going to be okay. But I'm kind of used to buttons being a little more accessible. And then you've of course got your Xbox button here, so that's going to get us to our home screen. Overall, I mean, it feels pretty nice. The grip is like some type of rubber plastic. It's kind of textured, and up here we have a LED layout that's going to allow us to kind of change the settings of the wheel. So there's going to be numbers and stuff up here once we plug it in. So that's the P1 rim. This goes for about $140 on the Fanatec website. So this is one of their less expensive rims that you can get. All right, now real quick, I'm going to show you how to attach the wheel to the wheel base. And I'm not going to lie, it takes a little bit of superhuman strength to get this thing on. So there are some grooves up here on the top of the release system for the wheel, and there's a groove up here on the wheelbase that you have to match up. So I've got them lined up, and then I'm going to pull it towards my body here, and you really got to get it in there pretty good. Okay, so that screw should be towards the top. Then you want to turn your wheel over so you can access where the screw goes in. And then we're going to screw in. I need to get this a little bit tighter in here. And then we're going to screw this in. So that feels like it's in. I don't know how quick that is. Hope you're not changing rims out a lot. That, for calling it a quick release system, I really don't know that it's that quick. My Thrustmaster TX, I can change my rims much faster. This seemed pretty, took some strength to get on. Now that this thing's together, this thing feels pretty good. It moves so smoothly and nice. I'm really excited to kind of get racing on this. It's got this really nice swing to it. Feels very natural. All right, last up we've got the Fanatec CSL Elite pedal set with a load cell brake. I'm not doing an unboxing of this because Fanatec sent me the products in just a generic box. This is a pre-production set, so they haven't even finished manufacturing the box that all this comes in yet. But here's more or less what you're going to get in the production set. We've got some type of, looks like a phone jack, so this will somehow maybe plug into here and into your wheelbase. There's a USB cable. They sent me some tools to make some adjustments. And then there's these elastomer, looks like spacers almost, that are going to go on your load cell. This looks like some type of stopper to maybe add resistance to one of the pedals, and then some skid stickers that feels like skateboard material, like be on top of a skateboard, that I guess you could put on the pedals themselves. All right, so let's dive a little deeper into the CSL Elite pedals. So the throttle and the clutch and the brake all have their different sets of resistance. So the throttle goes down pretty easy, the clutch is a little harder, and then the brake with the load cell, of course, is the hardest. That is a pretty cool feature to have 3 different resistances on your pedals. Your load cell brake also has a lot of options. So they give you these elastomer spacers here, and this one says 85, this one says 45, there's like a 65 on here, and then there's a 95. And what you can do, you can pop this load cell up really easy, and you can change out your spacers. So that is really cool, and you can mix and match. So you can really customize the brake pedal to how you want it. If you want it really stiff or really light, it's nice that you have a load cell that has a little give to it. So I'll have to play around with that once I start racing to see what I like. Another cool feature of these pedals is that you can move them around. So up here on the top here, you can see there's this bar going across, and there's these little spacers here, and you can unscrew these, and you can move your brake pedal over towards your clutch or your throttle. And if you pop up this little rubber piece down here, which I gotta get it up, you have screws on here. So if you undo these and undo this, you can move your brake pedal closer to your clutch or your throttle. So if you want to heel toe brake, it's really advantageous to get your brake closer to your throttle. And then for me, I have a center column on my racing rig. So, and sometimes I left foot brake, so it's a little better for me to maybe even have it closer to my clutch. It's a little less wear and tear on my knee, because I can brake like this as opposed to having to reach my left foot over. So having the option to move your pedals around is pretty awesome. This is the only pedal set that I can think of that allows you to actually move the pedal. All the other pedal sets, like the Thrustmaster T3 PAs, they only let you move the pedal plates over. It's really not the same thing. I mean, it's nice, but this is a lot better. I kind of dig that this pedal set is pretty heavy. It's not a lot of branding, just the one Fanatec here. I don't know how it's going to feel once I start driving with these, having my heel resting on this. I guess I'll have to try that out and see what it's like. Another thing you can do is you can take off the rubber grip pads on here, and you can go straight on the metal pedal facings, which are flat. I would say if you're racing with sneakers, that might be nice to do this, and if you have socks on, the rubber pad would probably be pretty cool. So this pedal set on the Fanatec website sells for about $200, and I would say like the T3 PA Pros, which are $150. This is a much nicer pedal set for 50 bucks. There's also an option for an $80 version, which doesn't have the load cell brake. It's actually the throttle, and this becomes your brake pedal. And they give you this stopper here, which somehow, I haven't looked at how yet, but it's going to mount back here and then adds resistance, so that this is like a progressive resistance brake pedal. So for the $80, you get a gas pedal and the brake pedal with this stopper. So that is the CSL Elite pedal. Alright, so that's about it on our Fanatec CSL Elite bundle review. I want to thank Julian over at Fanatec for sending us this stuff over to check out. We've unboxed it, we've done some first impressions. I'll be back later to do some racing with it and check it out and deep dive into a review. You can check this stuff out at the Fanatec website, where the pedals, if you bought them independently, they're $200. The P1 steering wheel rim is $140, and the wheelbase is $300, but you can get it all bundled together for $640, and for Xbox One, they're even offering the Assetto Corsa game right now as part of the bundle. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. If you like it, please click like, and you can also check us out at xboxracingpro.com.